Hi, welcome back to the Custom Saber Shop on YouTube. And this is just a quick little video to help give you some tips when you're using your V6 speaker battery case holder and of course your 18650 battery holder. Now I've already attached my wires. I've measured the length that I'm going to need for my wires. You always want to measure a little bit extra. And I've soldered them onto the tabs. You can see that I've used a little bit of, like, I think it's 1/16 or 3/32 heat shrink on this one. This is the tab that's sticking straight up. That's the way they come. This one I've actually folded over flat. So I'm getting this prepared to go in here. Folded it over flat. That's going to give room for my speaker wires. Of course, the negative one on the negative side, the positive one on the positive side. Red is positive. Now what you may have found if you've got this is it's not going to fit directly in there because these grooves are rounded and these corners are a little bit more sharp. So I mean, if you have a Dremel, you can take that off, but really all you need to do is just with a utility knife, is just shave it off. And you don't want to do too much at once because you don't want to go too thin. So just on each corner, you just shave a little bit off. Now you want to work over a nice flat surface on a cutting mat like this or something, some table that you're not going to destroy. Oops, it's probably too much. Take it off in a couple or three passes. And that should be enough. It's going to let us fit. Let's give it a try. Now what I do is I use that little hole there with the channel for my negative. So I'm going to pass my negative wire through there. And then the positive wire goes through here. It's going to sit in there. I usually get the speaker end, to go first. There we go. And then I work on the other end, and that's going to go. Now here's the thing. I'm not going to push it in all the way. I'm just doing this to make sure that it fits. Once I'm ready, and I push that in all the way, these little tabs on the bottom of the battery holder are going to clip into these little holes. Now sometimes they will crack or break. It's still going to be held in there really securely, but what I want to do is when I'm ready, I just want to push it in the one time. I don't want to mess around and take it in and out and in and out. Now as you can see, I've attached a ribbon on here. Now you don't want to attach the ribbon in the middle. You want to attach it towards one end. I always do towards the positive end so that it lays across and you can easily pull the battery out. Now it doesn't have to be adhered too tightly, so I use hot glue. You might use something else a little stronger, but you do not want something that's got a lot of buildup. You don't want to stick out and build up the surface, because what's going to happen is when it fits in, this thing's going to flex and bow, and your battery isn't going to sit all the way in there. So you definitely want a thin ribbon, and you want some kind of glue that's not going to gob it up. And you might want to clean it up a little bit with a hot soldering iron, because that melts the nylon of the ribbon. If there's any glue there, I want to take that away. I've got a nice tight fit there. Of course, it's going to pull this way. I don't want to pull it off. If it ever does come off, it's not the end of the world. Now, to put this in here, as I may have already showed you, you run the wires where the wires are going to go. I want to make sure that that's going to fit. I want to make sure that the bottom is nice and clean. Nothing's going to interfere with the fit. I do the speaker end first. And now I am ready. I want to make sure that my wires are going to go in the channel. Place it on the table. Thumb on either end. Press down. Now I've already clicked it in there once, so I've kind of cracked the little tabs that go in there, even though they're still intact. So you didn't hear the click the second time. But what I'm going to do now to make sure that it's secure in there is I'm going to use this super glue. I'm going to take off the tab of super glue, and I'm going to just do a super glue dab. I don't generally like using glue, but just on where the tab connects there, I'm going to do another dab of super glue in that tab. Make sure it's got a good little dab. And that's it. I'm going to leave that overnight so that this battery holder is now securely fastened inside my V6 holder with a ribbon, with my wires, room for my speaker wires. It's ready to go. Thanks again for watching.